Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a psychological slasher film, House of Wax. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. In the flashback of the year 1974, a woman was boiling a pot of unknown liquid, while her son was having his delicious breakfast, and her husband was pulling another son into a room. That child seemed very disobedient and kept crying. The parents tied the child to a chair, but the child still bawled. So the mother slapped him on the face. In the present day, while Carly and her close friend Blonde are happily talking about their future, Carly's boyfriend Wade comes and sits beside her. So Blonde says goodbye and leaves for her boyfriend Hormone Long. Then Carly's elder brother Half-Bald and his gay friend Red Cap come and join them. Wade and Half-Bald seem not to get along well with each other, and it upsets Carly, for one is her brother and the other is her boyfriend. Later, these 6 young guys drive to another city to watch a football game. When the night falls, they decide to stop and find someplace to camp, before continuing their journey the next morning. At the campsite, Half-Bald and Wade quarrel again. Carly asks her brother to be nicer to her boyfriend, which makes Half-Bald very unhappy about his sister. While the 6 friends are having fun, a truck comes toward them with the high beams on. The strong beams hurt Half-Bald's eyes. He gets angry and throws a stone toward the light, breaking it. Then the truck turns around and goes away. Feeling tired, the young guys crawl into their camps to sleep. When they wake up the next morning, Wade finds his car has a flat tire, and the girls smell something stink in the air. They try to find where the stink comes from. The girls walk deep into the grove. There they find a pit filled with corpses. It is where the stink smell comes from. Carly falls into the terrifying pit by accident, but the bad luck never comes alone. Suddenly a car comes near. The driver is a creepy man wearing a green hat. The friends decide that Wade and Carly go to the nearby town to buy auto parts, and others set out again to the football game. On hearing their discussion, the green-hatted guy cuts in, offering a ride for the young couple. So Wade and Carly merrily get into his car. But the green-hatted guy behaves rather weird on the way, cannot move his eyes and hormones away from Carly. Later, he takes out a huge machete and plays with it, which nearly scares the shit and hormones out of the young lovers. Finally, they arrive at the town, but the small town seems haunted, for they see nobody in the streets. The young lovers wander about and find out that all the people are attending a funeral in the church. The fat greasy guy, manager of the gas station, comes out and consoles the worried lovers, saying he will ride them to the gas station as soon as the funeral is over. So the young lovers take their time and curiously walk around in the town named Ambrose. They come to the House of Wax. When inside, they discover everything is made of wax, and the wax figures are stunningly realistic. While they are looking around, Carly sees from the mirror a disfigured man passing by. Frightened, she takes her boyfriend's hand, and they quickly run away. Greasy rides the couple to his home right after the funeral. Carly waits in the car, and Wade follows Greasy into his house for automobile parts. While he gazes here and there with curiosity, Greasy hamstrings him from the back. The disfigured man reappears and stuns Wade before taking him away. While waiting, Carly sees the truck, whose light was hit broken by Half-Bald. It parks right in front of Greasy's house. She then is aware of great danger, so she sounds the horn to warn Wade, and calls Hormone Long for help. But Hormone Long does not answer the phone, for he is busy with a horny hormone game right at that time. When Greasy comes out of the house, Carly exposes that he is the truck driver. Greasy then shows his greasy colors, but Carly is swift enough to pick up the key. She starts the engine and drives away. While Wade has no such good luck. He is wax-coated by the disfigured man, which well explains why all the wax figures in the wax house are stunningly realistic. Carly runs to the church for help, but is astonished to find out that people sitting in the church are not real humans, but all wax-coated corpses. She realizes suddenly that all the people in the small town were murdered and made into waxed figures. When Greasy approaches near, Carly is seized with panic. He takes her soon, and drags her down to the basement, ties her to the chair, and seals her mouth with glue. Red Cap and Half-Bald come to the town to look for Carly and Wade. They search around in vain, but Carly sees them. She stretches out her fingers from the louver of the basement, trying to cause their attention. But right then, Greasy cuts her fingers off with scissors. As Red Cap and Half-Bald walk away to look for Carly elsewhere, they become Greasy's next targets. Enduring excruciating pain, Carly removes the glue off her mouth and cries for help with all her strength. Half-Bald hears the sound and realizes that his sister is nearby. He punches Greasy to the ground. Following Carly's cry, he rescues her out of the basement. Red Cap finds Wade, who has been wax-coated. However, the wax is not dry yet, and Wade is still alive. Red Cap digs the wax off Wade's face with her bare hands. Wade is not able to open his mouth and speak. His wide-open eyes just tell the great pain he suffers. The disfigured man shows up out of nowhere and cuts off the head of Mr. Red Cap with scissors, making him Mr. Red Head immediately. Back to the camp, unexpectedly, Blonde and Hormone Long enjoy the longest hormone game, the first time of their whole life, knowing nothing about the bloody scenes happening to their friends. Later, Hormone Long switches his phone on and calls back to the unanswered call from Carly, but it is too late. The disfigured man approaches him from the back and kills him with a cut in the throat, making Mr. Long appear the shortest in the show among the 6 friends, despite his being longest in the hormone game. Blonde flees without putting her dress on, but the disfigured man catches up and killed her with a stick hitting on the head. Then, the disfigured man pulls the bodies of this couple into his car and drives to Greasy's home. Carly and Half-Bald also head toward Greasy's, hoping to find a telephone to call the police. Half-Bald carries with him a crossbow for defense. Greasy discovers them and fires with the shotgun. Half-Bald shoots 2 arrows at him, causing him to fall to the ground. Believing that he is dead, the brother and sister take his gun and enter the house and find the bodies of their friends. Carly finds a pile of old newspapers on the table. On one page, Carly reads a piece of news. It was about the twin babies, born conjoined. Their father was a doctor, and he himself separated the twins, who are exactly Greasy and the disfigured man. Elder disfigured man teaches younger Greasy how to make wax figures using living humans. While she is reading the news, Greasy returns home with arrows in his body, and the disfigured man also comes back. The brutal twin brothers discuss how to kill them, so Carly and Half-Bald have to part from each other and plan to meet later down at the basement. Half-Bald gropes in the dark, trying to switch on the basement light. However, he slips his finger and turns on all the lights. Half-Bald finds Red Cap, who has been made into a wax figure, and tries to rescue him. When the disfigured man rushes in, Half-Bald pours out the flaming wax and sets the basement on fire. Carly and Half-Bald then run away. Greasy stops their way. He cuts Half-Bald's thigh with a machete, but unfortunately misses his balls. Half-Bald falls to the ground because of that. Flames quickly spread when they fight, and the whole house is on fire. In the chaos, Carly clubs Greasy to death on the head with a baseball bat. The disfigured man comes and finds his twin brother dead. He holds him and wails, vowing for revenge. Carly runs upstairs, trying to close herself inside the bedroom. But she forgets that the house is made of wax. When the disfigured man breaks the wall and comes in, Half-Bald collects himself up and rushes into the bedroom to protect his sister. The sister and brother fight shoulder by shoulder, and they kill the disfigured monster in a joint effort. Now the house of wax is melting and about to collapse. The two dig a hole in the wall and escape successfully. Soon after they run away, the house of wax is burned down. The next morning come the police, and Carly and Half-Bald think the nightmare is over. A policeman, however, tells them that the parents in Ambrose Town had one more son, and their third son is the green-hatted guy who rode them to the town previously. Frightened, Carly and Half-Bald get on the police car and escape the goddamned place as soon as possible. While on seeing them leave in the far distance, the green-hatted guy wears a strange smile. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Peace out.